Book of the Crow. I'm once again giving a health warning to anyone. This graveyard, of course, was a final resting place for medieval sex workers, and so some of the themes are quite adult. If you would rather your children didn't hear it, or that you didn't hear it, that's fine. But I mean, there's not too many filthy words or anything like that. In fact, it's the sacred and the profane, and as I said earlier, it's been performed 3 times at least in Southwark Cathedral, and it didn't cause God to strike the cathedral, so I think we're all right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hang in with the vixens here. The Book of the Crow. There's a bridge of stone and a bridge of iron gird the dock of St Mary Overy. There's a Southwark goose with a crow let loose in the heart of the ancient liberty. Led him down by the clink through the sweat and the stink of the stews to a bankside oratory. And they saw the tide turn, and they saw London burn, saw it rise from the ashes of history. And then she led John Crow to the river below, and her look was wanton and wild, and he saw through the grime and the ruin of time the face of the child, eternity. And then she gave him a look that by hook or by crook she would make him her man. Brother man, quoth she, come heal thy sickness, cleanse thy voice, and I'll have you to sing of my mystery. Come drain me marsh and tan me hide, come immigrant and refugee, come brew me beer and wool be dyed in the making of the liberty. Come lock and stock to Overy dock, from Flanders, France and Italy. Come moles and dolls and faulty rolls, a taking of the liberty. Come heretic, outlaw, Jack Crow and Jack Daw, here shall ye all find sanctuary, where the actors and whores are the keepers of doors that open into the liberty. Come black, come white, we open all night, in the dance of delight, all's one to me. Take each as I find, and I'll have them mind, the stewardship of my liberty. For true, this place has its brute ugly face, of tribal bile and bigotry. A mob is turned, a church is burned, all in the name of liberty. We touched the clink, we wanted a drink, we looted a gin distillery. We ranted and reeled in St George's Fields and blooded the face of liberty. And she led him down to the mud flats by the Red Bridge at Blackfriars over from St Bride's. Breed, who turned water to beer in all Ireland and remembered her own bog Irish, come to drain the marsh, to dike and dam, shore up Roman ditch and causeway, reclaiming land as yet unfit for human habitation, dirty lane, bandy-leg walk, hovels and churches torched by king mob, rampant, and the secret mass house in Kent Street, where the wind rustled their prayers like parchment. And then she turns her crow's eye to a bankside sty, with the spit of the fat of the goose in the stew, and the bear in the pit, and the dogs at it, and the evil they know not that they do, says, here by the sluice of a goose's juice, let all enjoy my hospitality, but a pox and a curse on the ignorant nurse, who suckles such slack-jawed brutality. Our heads were shorn, in carts were drawn, through howling mobs' humbuggery, through sticks and stones, God rest these bones, now safe within the liberty. And the whipping boy, the Jew, and the goy, and the printer put in the pillory, we shall wipe clean his face, for it is no disgrace to be whipped in the service of liberty. The punk, and the ponce, and the John Crow dunce, and the broken-winged John Crow deformity, them that stumble and trip shall have citizenship and equal rights under the liberty. Them that hop, flit and flap like birds in a trap, them that crouch in a house of rats fearfully, in the feeble and frail, and the nightingale who sang in the house of liberty, in the letting of blood, in the Bermondsey mud, in the leech in St Thomas infirmary, in the dumb that talk in the dead that walk and keep the night watch in the liberty. In the church pews and stews they whisper the news, the ghost of an old goose's heresy, that the Magdalene whore a love child bore to the dancing lord of the liberty. And I was in that Magdalene whore who walked the streets of Bermondsey. I traded hard in every yard to keep the child at liberty. Come trickster, shaman, prophet and fool, speaking in tongues of the mystery. Let all men contend, but God defend the lineaments of my liberty. Come snake and whistle and rattle and drum, come open me tavern in Jubilee. Come open me tomb to crackle and boom, and let the bells ring in the liberty. Come Christian and Jew, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, let each to his own true divinity. Let even the blind, material mind, walk his own hallowed path at liberty, and seek not to bind the visions you find in naming the parts of the mystery. In naming the part, don't miss the heart of my holy liberty. Though you trick me up as virgin or whore and make me debase right bestially, I am the dancing child, the door that opens into eternity. And by Blackfriars Ditch, old Johnny Twitch, what I want to know, says John, is why me? And the goose, she smiles, she says, woman's wiles. You and me, dear, we've been here before, says he. And it's the same shabby score, the John and the whore, the 6 steps to heaven and the easy ride. But now it's just you and me and the salt of the sea. And today you do pay me to be your guide. So unto this place, on a wild goose chase, I've led you a merry dance, says she. And you followed the trail and may live to tell the tale of a friend, of the liberty.
Liberty. Yeah.